Hello everyone, my name is Jasmine Bond and today is day number 40 of 100 DVP. This was a project that I started because I was inspired by the 100 Day Project that went on earlier this year. And I started this project mainly because I wanted to be a voice of hope. I wanted to be able to talk in a way where I could help somebody who maybe is in the position that I was a few years ago, or maybe even a few months ago. You know, for people who know me and stuff, I guess the people who know me to a certain extent, they see some of the successes that I have, and I wanted to be able to show a more human side of me. You know, not saying I wasn't human before, like people were thinking I was a superhero, even though I am. Yeah. But anyways, I wanted to just be able to talk and everything. I make a lot of mistakes. It seems like majority of my day is full of mistakes, and as much of a perfectionist as I am, I just kind of go with it. Like me still talking right now, this isn't what I was going to be talking about for this video, but granted, this is, I think, take number 6 or 7 or something like that. Just simply because I wanted to go in a different direction than what I had planned. So, this is me. Just this chick who was blessed enough to where she has been through different things in life and still lives. For the most part, have a there's a bubble. For the most part, have a pretty great family, and I'm just thankful to God. I've been really blessed and highly favored, and lost weight a few years ago. Lost maybe about 70 to 80 pounds or so, and just been going from there. Has been one of my major life accomplishments, and hopefully it won't be the biggest. Hopefully more success and achievement is on the way for me. A lot of times I'm very fearful, and I'm scared about different things like dying, which is inevitable. Scared that I won't be able to pay some bills, scared that I won't be successful, that I won't be able to travel like I wanted to, that I won't be able to help other people like I wanted to be able to. There are, I guess, a lot of needless worries that I have, but it makes up who I am right now. And it's a lot different than the person who I was in the past. A few years ago, that girl, she had a whole nother set of worries and concerns. And that was important to her then, aka me then. And now I have a whole new set of worries and stuff. Sometimes I dream about going back to, I don't know, like 20 something years ago, thereabout, back when I was a little kid and things were still fresh and new. Just to think like how I used to think back then, just playing with toys and coming up with different scenarios and imagining that one day I was going to be a race car driver or whatever. I mean, I was a kid, and I think about how I was just so into learning, and then 20 years later, a lot of that wonder has been lost. It has been lost with experiences. It has been tainted. And unfortunately, some of, that's, is childish things and stuff. It talks about that in the Bible, where it says, when I was a child, I thought as a child and I spoke as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. And as I get older, I'm like, I don't know, like part of me, it wants to be able to bridge this gap between this child that I used to be, that had all these dreams and wonders and this imagination, and to the adult that I want to be, which somehow still ties to that. But in between both of these worlds of what I imagined I would be and who I imagine I can be now, who I want to become, is me. Now, granted, a few years ago, I was at that point where I was imagining, like, because back then, if you didn't know me back then, you wouldn't quite understand. I mean, I was sad all the time. Well, most of the time. I was dealing with a lot of bouts of depression. I was over 200 pounds, so it was harder to get around. And I had been trying to lose weight for years. I felt lonely a lot. I didn't necessarily have a lot of friends. I belittled myself, especially when I was in front of other people, just so I can make people laugh, because I didn't really know how to connect with people. I had become socially awkward from years of not really knowing how to connect with people after being bullied and whatnot. And so after all that, I was this really broken young adult. But I felt like the salvation was going to come from me losing weight. And so, long story short, I did. I did lose the weight, and with that journey of weight loss, I became, essentially started to morph into that person that I had imagined, that I felt was trapped inside of my body. I became her. But now I'm starting to realize that she was who I needed to be at the time, but now it's time to grow into someone else, to grow into something bigger. And so that's where I am right now in my life, working on discovering who that person is I want to become. Taking those childhood dreams that I had of travel and adventure and helping other people and learning, and that adult that I want to become, who does all that same stuff, who does the traveling, who's an adventurer, who's a helper of other people, who does all this amazing, great stuff. Bridge both of these two worlds between this, like I said earlier, the person I imagine I would be and the person I imagine that I'll be in the future, and make who I am now into that person. So that's the ramblings of me, because that's kind of what's going on in my life now. Hold on a second, I'm going to check and make sure I still have some time on my camera. Okay, I have less than 20 seconds. So anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave some comments down below on some dreams you want to work on. And share this video with someone if you feel like it'll help them. Have a great day.